All right. Here, let's do the Turkish thing. Erdogan, I was going to talk about this before.
At the center of this broken city, a hive of activity. Thousands of volunteers have come south, and now they manhandle the donations of clothing, prepare meals on a grand scale, and provide for those who are homeless or too frightened to go back into crumbling flats. At the center of it all, a professor from Istanbul, a natural organizer using the activists of his far-left political party to fill the gaps left by a government stunned by this tragedy.
We decided to come here and to help the people because we knew that the government is totally, unorganized on the issue. They couldn't mobilize the agencies and the army and all the emergency administration of the government. When you go to rescue area, you say, is there anyone there? Normally, you look for a sound, and all the buildings, there are many sounds. They were, the sounds came from many buildings, and we were very few at that moment. Totally, the system was collapsed, but still, day after day, hour after hour, more people came for the rescue. Still not enough, and too late.
And the professors' movement is just part of a national relief effort that transcends differences here.
So will the quakes as levelers of lives and buildings also level social differences here in a lasting way? Or will the tragedy act to exacerbate political and other tensions? It's an enormous question, and one that many people we speak to here aren't yet even ready to address during a period of national mourning.
This was one of the worst hit streets in central Antakya. Although someone was found alive on the day we filmed, it is now largely an effort to recover the dead. And among the helpers, malign actors move too. A suspected looter was led away by police. Locals told us that the army had orders to shoot looters on sight, not a claim we could prove, but there was a significant military presence in the city designed to...
I've yet to see a single video of a military person fucking shooting a looter. They usually do end up apprehending them, even ones with guns. For the record, this isn't like... Of course, there are people that break into storefronts and whatever. And I talked about this before. There are people that break into storefronts and whatever in the middle of the chaos. People are saying oh, they're stealing TVs or whatever. I don't really give a fuck about that. I've talked about that already. But there are some motherfuckers that are doing shit that you would think is not imaginable by American standards. Okay? This isn't post-Katrina New Orleans. They don't just execute looters. Yeah, they don't. But I'll tell you what kind of fucking looters that they were actually stopping. Because I did see them. At first, I thought they were just doing, classic anti-Syrian, bullshit. Oh, all the Syrians are coming and they're raping and pillaging, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw some of the fucking looter videos. I talked about this yesterday. And holy fuck. There were motherfuckers, okay? There were dudes that would just come in with cars, and some of them had weapons, by the way. Turkish dudes, not, Syrian dudes or anything like that, that would come in with cars, stop fucking trucks, and would redirect them either by lying and claiming that they were from the government or straight up with weapons and threatening the truck drivers, okay? And redirect them to their farms, their depots and shit. These were rich motherfuckers, dude. They were redirecting relief. I'll show you one of the examples. I think HasanAbi posted about one of them a while back, a couple days ago. It was mind-boggling. Okay, it was insane. No, not this one. That's not what I'm talking about. No, they weren't even. Yeah, those weren't looters. They were raiders. Like they were just straight up raiding. I saw videos of them like fucking shooting, getting into a shootout with the cops, where the cops are like literally shooting in the fucking air. And having them stop people. Where is it? Hold on. I'm trying to find the video. That photo is not it. They're doing that too. Basically, every single news outlet, news page is online is framing every negative thing as the acts of Syrians. It's so crazy when you see a video where the guy's doing something with no sign they're Turkish or not, and the pages just say Syrian stealing again. Yeah, but the main raiders I saw were not even fucking Syrian. This guy.
Evet. 10.02.2022 Hatay Merkez Yeni Stadyum yanı kapalı spor salonu. Kendine Şehit Dernek, Türkmen Derneği başkanı olarak tanıtan ve karısıyla dolaşan Mehmet Ulu.
He's like calling his name out. He's a Turkish dude. He was the one who like redirected a ton of fucking 18-wheelers back to his fucking depot. With like
Şimdi şahıs tarafımızca ne yaptığı sorulduğunda yardım malzemelerini topladığı detaylı incelemede kendi çiftlik evine götürdüğü yaklaşık 6 tırlık bir stok yaptığı görülür.
6 18-wheelers worth of relief supplies he redirected to his depot. Is he the suspect? Bro, he's not just the suspect. They caught him and they have all of his shit there too. Look.
Civarında kendisini AFAD görevlisi olarak tanıtan şahıs. Hakkari Yüksekova'dan gelen tırları çevirerek kendisinin AFAD görevlisi olduğunu ve derneğinin olduğunu beyan ederek yardım tırlarını depremzade olarak tanıttığı çiftlik sahibinin kendi deposuna taşıttıran şahıs.
Like he has a depot. This is not even like a poor person trying to fucking survive or whatever. You know what I mean? Syrian with Turkish passport, but of course they're probably Turkish too. Bro, this guy is Turkish. What do you mean? This guy is like straight up Turkish. Adamın adı Mehmet Uyuz lan. Yuh artık.
Malzemeler.
Yok artık yani.
Yaklaşık 6 saat önce inen 3 tır malzeme.
Like I said, I don't give a fuck about dudes who are just like, look, if dudes are stealing shit from dead people, that's fucked up, okay? If dudes are stealing shit from storefronts to survive, if they think that they're going to be able to sell a fucking TV, they're stupid. But I don't give a fuck about that. But these motherfuckers are on an entirely different league of their own. I mean, look at this. That's baby diapers, bro.
Yaklaşık 4 palet bebek bezi. Yarım tıra yakın su.
Half of a truck full of water.
Takribi 4 palet yumurta.
Those are eggs. 4 pallets of eggs.
Ve 2 tır doluyu geçkin tekstil malzemesi.
Clothes. Two trucks full of clothes.
This is a building.
Yeah, they're bandits. They're bandits. Bandits. They're bandits. This reminds me of the dudes who were buying up all the local hand sanitizers and disinfectants to price gouge when COVID first popped off. Yeah, I mean, this is like not even price gouging at this point, though. He wants to sell it inevitably. But the reason why he's doing this is because he's intercepting routes and rerouting trucks to his depot, claiming that he's going to fucking, help people, when he's just going to sell it. He's going to try and sell this shit at a higher mark. Abi çalarsa Türk çalsın abi. Suriyeli olmaz abi. Oğlum Suriyelisi Türk'ü mü var bunun oğlum? Salak mısın sen ya? Oğlum binanın altında kalınca Suriyelisi mi var Türk'ü mü var amına koyayım? Salak mısın? Ölen ölünce Türk olsa da Türk de ölüyor. Suriyeli olunca da Suriyeli ölüyor. Mal mısın? Türk çalsın amına koyayım diyor. Böyle salaklık olur mu? Ciddi olamaz abi herif. Bence %100 şaka yapıyor yani. Troll yapıyor. Kaçak geçiyor Türklerle.
Depremzedeler için gelmiş muhtelif gıda, tekstil.
Anyway, it's unimaginable like how you try to fucking raid and profit this shit. But yeah, this was another one. Look, this motherfucker's just shooting. This dude is just shooting in the air. Another person they caught that was like raiding. If this was a case of the government trying to sell goods to people, but this intercepts it and gives it out for free, that'd be dope. But it seems like the opposite is true. No, he is infiltrating. He's intercepting free aid that has been collected. There was another video that I watched of like dudes rolling up in cars, stopping a fucking truck and threatening the truck driver, where the truck driver's like, bro, I spent my own gas money. I put my own money into the tank of this fucking truck specifically so that I could bring this donation, okay, into this area of need. It's just so fucked up. Şakaydı o. 10 IQ'lü şaka yaptım. Anyway. So there's some of that shit going on. And you know, the devastation. Wait, where is it? I'm gonna show you guys what Erdogan, the recently unearthed like old Erdogan footage, offering pardons to construction developers. The 2019 clip. Yeah, here it is. By the way, shouts out to the fucking NPR, you know? Videos show Turkey's Erdogan boasted letting builders avoid earthquake codes. And then he has the audacity to make it seem like it's not about that.
To reassure, perhaps. But evidence, too, of a government trying to catch up after an initial absence from many of the worst-hit places.
There was some other disadvantage during that disaster. The weather was very big at the disadvantage. In the winter conditions, the roads, highways were closed, independent of the earthquake. But of course, that you can see many complaints about what this was. Insufficient because they couldn't go in the second day or in the first day. That was impossible, of course, to cope at the same time and simultaneously in thousands place and to make such an
Totally.
that places was impossible, of course.
Çok zor. Ondan yapamadık.
Head north and you see signs of a movement that's been going on for the past week.
Bakan falandır. Bakan evet, eski bakan. 2015-2017 arası bakan işte, ona gitmişler. Tabii AKP'li adam oğlum, adam ne diyecek? Tabii ki de diyor, oh, it is not our problem. It is not our fault. Abi biz yapmadık. Bizim suçumuz değil. Amcık.
The cost of rebuilding lost homes is estimated at $6 billion. So the economic and political repercussions will be profound. 1,000 kilometers away in Istanbul, the grief and initial shock is giving way to a consideration of those consequences.
By the way, the other fucking fear that people in Istanbul have is that, like, oh shit, our buildings are probably not up to code either, and we're also on a fault line. Oh no, the same thing could happen here is the real fear that a lot of people have in Istanbul.
Turkey, already struggling with high inflation, is heading for elections in May, and President Erdogan's government was suffering in the polls even before the disaster.
The situation on the ground is dismal, and people are outraged, and also we are all mourning, and it's a calamity that we are not going to get over very soon. The region has lost at least 10 to 20 years. But most of the discussions are going to be around the accountability of the government's actions, of the policy decisions. Most of the discussions are going to be about the de-coordination, or why an earlier an earlier attempt at alleviating the situation was not there.
The president has toured the earthquake zone, offering condolences to the bereaved and encouragement to rescuers. There's evidence too.
I saw a funny ass video. Emine değil mi? Karısı Türkçesini doğru söylemek istemiyorum. Yanlış söylemek istemiyorum. Cüce doğru bir laf mı bilmiyorum. Doğru cüce denir mi yoksa ayıp mı cüce demek? Ha, okay. Bilmiyorum. Politically correct nasıl söylenir bilmiyorum. Okay. Sorry, there was a brief moment there. I was trying to figure out what the politically correct way to say I think it's a dwarf, right? Or is that the wrong thing to say? Fuck, which one is the right thing to say? A little person. A person with dwarfism. Anyway, but in Turkish. Anyway, there's a dude, a little person in Turkey that walks up to the podium. Var mı sizde abi videosu? Allah aşkına videoyu gönderin, bir göstermem lazım. Videoyu atın ne olur. So there's a little person that walks up to Erdogan and his wife. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at this fucking video. I mean, I'm sorry. Emine Erdoğan'ın abiyi çocuk sanıp başına okşaması, abinin ortamdan usulca uzaklaşması. Bro, look at this. So this dude rolls up right here. And she's like, oh, that's a child. And then realizes that's not a child. And he's shook. Lütfen yapma. This is the leadership, dude. That is where we're at as far as the Turkish government. Like, people say, hey, what's the Turkish government doing? This is what they're doing, dude. But she looks right at him. What the fuck? That's the first lady, man. First Lady Erdogan stroking his head, mistaking his brother. Well, he's saying abi. It's not translating correctly. Bugüne kadar yaptığın en boktan eleştiri amına koyayım. Anlık kafası karışabilir insanın. Oğlum ne yapacağız? Gülmeyelim mi ya? Manyak mısın ya? Buna mı kızdın yani? İnanamıyorum. Abi bunlar katil yani. Siktir et kafasını o cüce adamın kafasına oynamış oynamamış. Ne fark eder amına koyayım? O cüce değil. 18 yaşında Erdoğan döneminde büyümüş bir çocuk. He said that person is not a little person. He's just an 18-year-old who grew up under the Erdogan regime.
Of how public anger is being channeled. Some property developers have been arrested as people blame shoddy construction for the high death toll. But the government can't completely avoid responsibility for that.
Yeah, no shit. And here's why the government can't avoid it. Turns out there's videos that show Turkey's Erdogan boasting about letting builders avoid earthquake codes. Turkish President Erdogan struggles to defend his response to last Monday's devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake. Critics say contractors were allowed to skip crucial safety regulations, increasing their profits, but putting residents at risk. The videos have fueled public outrage over slow efforts to help residents in the aftermath of the massive earthquake, the world's deadliest in over a decade. First of all, no, it hasn't. You want to know why the videos haven't fueled public outrage? I'm pretty sure Turkish people in the chat are seeing this for the first time because no one covers this shit in Turkish media. Okay? They literally don't let you hear about this shit. The videos are fueled. Where are the videos? I need to see the video. In one video taken during a campaign stop ahead of Turkey's march. Oh, here it is. Duvarda yapmışlar demek ki. Here.
İmar barışıyla toplam 144.556 Maraşlı vatandaşımızın sorununu çözdük.
2019 video, but that's not what that says though. 2019 video of Erdogan praising zoning amnesty in quake-hit province goes viral. A 2019 video of President Erdogan in which he boasts about his government's zoning amnesty laws in the southeastern Kahramanmaraş province has gone viral. The province is one of the 10 provinces in which 1,000 buildings have collapsed after 2 major earthquakes hit. Bunu siz gördünüz mü? Türkler. Bunu gösteriyorlar mı haberlerde? Bilmiyorum. Fox haber gösteriyor. Oh, okay. I guess Fox is one of the agencies that show it. TV'de reklamları yayınlıyordu. No. Öyle değil. Şimdi gösteriyorlar mı tekrar? Bunu diyorum. They're saying that they were like literally at the time putting it in commercials. We have solved the problems. He said he's addressing Kahramanmaraş citizens during a rally, saying, "We have solved the problems of 144,000 Kahramanmaraş citizens with the construction amnesty." Erdogan has similarly boasted about his government's amnesty move during rallies in the other earthquake-stricken provinces of Malatya and Hatay as he was touring the country for the 2019 elections. Buildings in all of these 3 provinces have suffered extensive destruction in the aftermath of 2 major earthquakes. ...2018 yılında çıkartılan imar barışı uygulaması önceki imar aflarından boyut, kapsam, nitelik bakımından ayrılır. Bu kanunla 2018 yılına kadar imar mevzuatına aykırı durumlar beyanla kayıt altına alındı. Bakanlıktan alınan yapı kayıt belgeleri ile sorunlu konutlar korundu. Here. After the painful earthquake we experienced, the issue of zoning amnesty came up, of course. I guess that ad below will not go out of memory. This is what they were talking about. The Turks. They fucking ran ads about these zoning amnesties. Allowing developers to skirt any kind of regulation whatsoever.
Devletten vatandaşa uzatılan şefkat eli. Geçmişte kayıtsızca yapılan yapılar kayıt altına alınıyor. Devlet vatandaşıyla helalleşiyor.
He's saying all of the previous, he literally is openly stating, we as the government are opening up a kind hand and giving the allowance to the public that the buildings that they live inside of that are not up to code will still get registered as though they are up to code.
Hasan Bey, zamanda
and the old lady is saying, oh.
kalmamak için bilip bilmeden 2 göz yer yaptık.
She's saying, oh, well, you know, we just built a couple buildings back in the day without even realizing, you know, we just didn't want to. She's saying, öldü bu kadın şimdi. Neyse, teyze. She's literally saying This is a commercial, bro. This is a commercial where the lady's like, you know, as developers, we just built a couple buildings without that are not up to code. It sounds insane. It sounds absurd. It sounds like too absurd to be true. Like a top of the hour without a 3-minute ad break. You know what I mean? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, there is no amnesty, but you can avoid those ads at the top of the hour by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
Ama hep ha yıkıldı, ha yıkılacak korkusuyla yaşadık. Bizimle helalleşiyorlar mı?
Devlet vatandaşın sorununu çözmek için var.
She says we were worried about whether or not it would fall apart, the buildings that we built. Will the government allow us? Like, will the government give us a pardon too?
Bizimle helalleşiyorlar mı?
Devlet vatandaşın sorununu çözmek için var.
He says the government is there to help solve the problems of the people.
Üstelik artık evinize elektrik, su, doğalgaz bağlanabilecek.
He says we will. When she says we were worried, she means not that like the apartments were built so shittily that it would fall apart. She's asking him if the government will actually destroy them when they find it in violation of code. That's what the problem was. I didn't even understand. Bro, this is an ad that literally is just for real estate developers, for the record. This is an ad that they're playing on TV that is between the government and real estate developers. Why did they play this as an ad to like random Turkish citizens who just fucking rent? You know what I mean? Or just bought the fucking buildings, apartments inside of those buildings without realizing that the real estate developer that made the real estate was literally hand in hand going, yeah. Hand in hand like this. Ağzına alıyor. Dezenformasyondan dolayı şikayet edeyim. Sıra! Yapın lan aptan. Diyeyim bu Amerikalı şeytan dölü. Bu Amerikalı İngiliz'in uşağı bizim eski AK Parti reklamlarını gösteriyor. Bizi utandırıyor. Yok lan o herif şaka yapıyor arkadaşlar. Anyway, this is fucking insane. I had never seen this ad. A little note about this ad. It's not the usual ad, but kamu spotu, which means that it's a government mandated ad that every channel has to run at certain times without being paid. You may not know since you left Turkey before they became a thing. Yeah, I did not know that was a thing. Kamu spotu diye bir konsept varmış. Okay. That's crazy. This is a PSA, a government mandated PSA that they have to fucking run on every channel.
için var. Üstelik artık evinize elektrik, su, doğalgaz bağlanabilecek.
And he's saying like, don't worry, the shoddily built constructions that you real estate developers put together, we will actually give you the opportunity to get natural gas in your homes and electricity and everything else.
Hasan abicim, aldığım evin tapusu arsa tapusu.
By the way, the dude's name is HasanAbi, which is pretty funny. I mean, the dude's name is Hasan. He's saying older brother Hasan, which is,
Aldığım evin tapusu arsa tapusu. Bizim konutların da tapuları verilecek mi?
Tabii. Bütün komşular aranızda
Oh my God. He's literally saying, he walks up and says, HasanAbi, I built this development, but I only bought, the only official licensing I have is for the land. Will you give me licensing for the home on top of it? And he goes, yeah, of course.
Arsa tapularınız tek tek konut tapusuna dönüşecek.
Yeah, he says, we will convert. Oh, what the fuck? Bro, he said, we will convert your plot of land and the what is it? Tapunun ne oluyor lan İngilizcesi? İngilizcesi ne tapunun? Title, yeah. We will convert your title that you have, which only factors in the plot of land, and turn it into a title for the homes that you built on top of it. Like a property title.
Devletten vatandaş
Wait, I want to see I want to see more of it. Bro, he literally, this is an ad where they're flexing that it's all good, baby. You built these fucking shit ass buildings with no regulation, not up to code. That's fine, man. It's the deed, not the title. Sorry. Okay, deed, yeah. İmar afları 1948 yılından itibaren çeşitli zamanlarda geliri temin etme gecekondu bölgelerine belli hizmetlerin. Since 1948, zoning amnesties have been implemented at various times since the purpose of generating income, delivering certain services to the slum areas and recording them. So in Turkey, there's a big problem with gecekondu, which means like placed overnight if you directly translate it, okay? These are unofficial homes that people build. Now, back in the day, they literally were built out of fucking tin cans and shit. Now, they used to be barracks pretty much, right? Now, what they build like straight up fucking apartments under the same process. They're not favelas anymore. They're not. They used to be like shanty towns. However, each zoning amnesty led to the production of more unsafe buildings and the spread of illegal production. In 2018, the piece of reconstruction application, which was issued in 2018, differs from previous zoning amnesties in terms of size, scope, and quality. With this law, the situations that are contrary to the zoning legislation until 2018 were recorded with a declaration. With the building registration documents obtained from the ministry, the problematic residences were protected. Bunu gördün mü? Yeah. İstanbul Bağcılar. Şimdi bunu yapan müteahhit suçlu da imar verenler veya denetlenenler suçsuz mu? This is real. This is the type of buildings that they're talking about. Gecekondu dedikleri bu işte. This is what they call gecekondu, right? It's a whole ass building. It's not like fucking barracks. Now, are the contractors who did this and those who made the zoning or inspectors innocent? Why is it that only the contractors are arrested while the zoning and controlled ones travel? Ucu size dokunur mu? Does the tip touch you? Saying like, are you culpable? And of course, it should come as no surprise, but these are some of the poorest people that live in these types of homes. Abi bu gecekondu değil. Hayır, bunlar da artık gecekondu. Ne demek lan bu gecekondu değil? Aga sen Amerikan haberlerine dön, yarım yarım bilgi veriyorsun. Gecekondu kuralları altında bunları da böyle yapılan yapıtları da gecekondu kuralları altında koruyorlar. Haksız mıyım bu dediğimde? Kaçak kat çıktığın zaman gecekondu kuralları altında korunuyor yani. Bundan bahsediyorum. Anlamadınız galiba İngilizce söylerken. Önceden gecekondu, bakın Amerikalılara anlattığım şuydu. Önceden gecekondu dediğimiz konsept bayağı bildiğin tek katlı içinde yani barınak gibi bir şeydi yani. Ama artık gecekondu dediğin zaman İstanbul'da veyahut da başka yerlerde bilerek böyle üstüne kat çıkıyorlar. Gizlice kat çıkıyorlar. Bir sürü kat çıkıyorlar. Tek kat bile değil. Kaçak kat çıkıyorlar ve o gecekondu konsepti altında yine af alınıyor. Gecekondu konsepti altında yine korunuyor. Bunu yapan adamlar. Bunu anlatıyorum. Bunu niye yarım yarım söyledi diyorsunuz? Yok bir tane dedi ya Türk. Yarım anlatıyorsun dedi. Anyway. let's finish this, and then I'm gonna fucking heat up my chicken while we finish this, and then we're gonna get to this,
It is an
the Vox
unfortunate
video.
thing. I cannot say anything to, for example, defend or to say something to defend this situation. This situation is also referring to some corruption, of course.
Isn't that the responsibility of the government having been in power for so long?
The control mechanism should be set much more, solid. The contractors, it's more than the contractors. The private sector is very, or private sector should be controlled much carefully in this.
Back in the disaster zone, Iskenderun is trying to get back on its feet. There are plans afoot for semi-permanent camps for the displaced, and talk among government supporters about postponing elections planned for May. I asked opposition MP Susan Şahin whether President Erdogan is heading for defeat.
Absolutely. Our people have been going through a lot of pain. There is serious injustice in my country. Democracy has been curtailed here. The mentality has changed. The presidential system is not suitable for our society. We are creating more successful solutions in order to make decisions by negotiation and by majority. We call it a one-man regime, and the presidential system is not suitable for the structure of our country. It creates a lot of problems.
After the quake, then the reckoning. There'll be so many challenges to Turkey during the coming months, and if the elections do go ahead, a chance also for the public to give its own verdict on who best to rebuild.
John, welcome back. Thanks for joining us this morning. Martha just said it could take